Hey everyone, it's Christine here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome my Aquariuses to your April monthly zodiac sign reading. I'm clearing the space here. I'm just clearing all the cards. I hope you've been doing well. A few brief housekeeping messages. Just a reminder that this is a collective reading. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Always trust your own intuition, your own guidance. And practice discernment. It's so important. Know that energies are fluid and that people have free will. I'm getting slower in saying that. If you have your sun, moon rising in Aquarius or any other major placement, including but not limited to your Mars, Mercury, Venus, North Node, or any other one that you feel intuitively guided to watch, welcome. And without further ado, let's get started. We're first going to dive into the Ancestors and Angels Oracle deck. I'm going to shuffle. It's 1:05. I'm going to give myself about a minute to shuffle. I've been using these cards for a while and just did a bunch of readings. Many of you Virgos are organizing right now. It's not even cleaning, it's just like organizing because I see shelves being moved and rearranged. You're moving things around. A lot of you are kind of revamping your home space. I'm getting a lot of you want to redo, maybe upgrade or redesign your space. Your energy seems a lot less tired than Geminis and Libras. I just completed their reading. You seem just calm, knowing, but you're moving stuff around. I just feel that. Okie dokes. So it's been a minute. Okay, let's see what our ancestors and angels have in store for my Aquariuses for the month of April. What guidance do they have? Oh, okay. I rescued them from going off the ledge here. We got snake, shed old skin. Wow, there's been a lot of snake appearances throughout these readings in different cards. Many of you literally have shed a layer. Many of you have ascended, have been going through different awakenings. Many of you may have just awakened. It's a huge layer to shed. But whatever it is, there's some semblance of transformation. And I'm feeling that it's internal. And for many of you, it's starting to show in your material into your earthly life. You're seeing things change. I always get communication. Maybe it's because these remind me of arrows. Not arrows. I got swords and they don't look anything like swords on tarot cards. I always get communication. So many of you could have other placements of air signs. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and other elements. It depends on which one you're watching for, obviously, since you're an Aquarius. But many of you have been releasing things that no longer serve you. Many of you have been speaking your truth and communicating. And you're ready to move on to different paths. You're leaving behind the old. We also got mountains, stand your ground. This came out for another reading earlier. Some of you are leaving behind situations that I don't even want to get into it. It's relationships. You know, when you just feel that heaviness, I just had to take a deep sigh. Many of you, it's like you're reinventing yourself. A lot of you have just separated from someone, whether that's a breakup, a divorce. That's the first thing that I got, but this could also be a situation where you're literally transplanting yourself somewhere else. You're a new transplanter, literally. You're moving. Some of you want to find a brand new community. I just heard that. You just want a brand new life, a brand new community. And by moving, a lot of you are going to find that. But I'm getting in this relationship, there was some type of hidden information, knowledge, a lot of betrayal. And you suspected and you knew. A lot of you have gone through struggles in this particular season of your life. That's why a lot of you are just done. You're moving away from that. You're ready to start new. Whatever it is that you're leaving behind, it was big. I intuitively, I got relationship, partnership, love, but this can also describe friendships. It could be family, anyone, any person, whatever the relationship was. It's people around you. You were not willing to sacrifice or give something of yourself, and you walked away. But literally, it's not like if you're in a marriage, you're like, see ya, and you just leave. But you're just like done. You're no more. A lot of you are ready and have already shed this. For many of you, this was something that you had to learn. So whatever experience you were in, this was not a lifetime situation, a partnership. It was meant to teach you something. I'm hearing like who you really are, your worth, your boundaries. For a lot of people, overwhelmingly, it's about getting clear on your worth, on really what you want. Because I'm getting many of you got comfortable and settled. And I know my Aquariuses love being with others. And I think some of you may be in unconventional relationships. I'm getting different from what social norms dictate. And I feel like whatever you have, it doesn't matter. Whatever relationship people have, that's up to them. That just came. But I feel it was you. You were the ones that left. Or that wanted to end things. Or that walked away. Or that asked for a divorce. I feel it was you. I'm getting strong Aquarius there. It's not their energy, it's yours. But it's definitely partner. It's definitely that type of feeling I'm getting. Right now I'm shuffling the Starseed Oracle for some messages there. Perhaps that's why many of you are organizing. It could be after a declutter or cleaning. Or you're just going through things to see what's yours and what's not. Because that's the first thing I got when I tapped into your reading. There's just a lot of movement, but it's not in the physical sense like with some of the other signs, like it was with the air signs. So many of you are in your head, even while you're doing what you're doing. You're processing, and a lot of you are replaying this in your head. What is it with this month and like people, releasing people, and like especially friendships and significant others? I mean, it makes sense with Aries, so I always ask myself this, and I'm like, well, duh. But it's like all of it just comes to a head at a point. Okay. We shuffled. What messages do these starseeds have for my Aquariuses? Some of you live in Arizona. It just came to me. Arizona. So random. I just heard it. What messages do my starseeds have for my Aquariuses? Scotland. Scottish Highlands. Some of you seem exasperated. There we go. We got 3 in total. Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. I've gotten this card a few times this week. Whatever happened in this situation, for a lot of you, you called in your team, your spiritual team, and they have been assisting you. And even if you didn't call them in, you've been receiving signs. Your spiritual team, and many of them are ascended masters, but your spiritual team, broadly speaking, they have been assisting you along the way, whether or not you called on them. They've been dropping signs for you. And for some, it's been a while. Because as much as the snake is about transformation, it's like a long and winding road. Many of you, I'm getting that song from the Beatles. I'm not going to even sing it. The long and winding road. To your door. Will never. Yeah, I'm getting bits and pieces. I don't remember all the lyrics. For many of you, this has been a journey. And so you are really like stepping into someone new, literally. Lots of you just learned a major big-ass lesson. You had divine support. Wow. Oh, I never got these. We also got Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Some of you immediately, I get North Node in Cancer, or you may have Cancer placements. Cancer is ruled by the moon. It's the mother of the zodiac. Some of you may be mothers yourself. Yourselves. Did I just say mothers yourself? Some of you may be mothers yourselves. And that can be to fur kids, to human kids, and in other ways too. You may be mothers in the form of mentors. So think beyond the typical term. Some of you may have a mother figure in your life that you're close to. Feminine energy, divine feminine energy. I immediately get Virgin Mary here, but it could be anyone because this is just an archetype. I get Kuan Yin, Lakshmi. I get Hathor. I get Hestia, Greek goddess. I even heard Pachamama. Earth. This is just beyond. It's not just mother figure, but Earth, Gaia. It's the energy itself. It's not just the figure. Some of you, you're being called to provide this to yourself. Some of you may not have had a mother, a strong mother role, a feminine role in your life. How can you hold space for yourself? How can you nurture yourself? How can you be the mother that you've always wanted for yourself because you need it at this time? This is definitely a breakup of sorts. I even see it here. Look at the iceberg. It's broken up. And it's funny because I've gotten this card and I get messages. I channeled messages. So the cards, they're not the same for every reading. I'm not like, okay, guys, you've got mountains to climb. You see the mountains. They're different. This is literally a breakup. Whatever you have gone through, Aquarius, this is a breakup. And I'm getting strongly, this is with a partner, like a life, what you thought was a life partner. It could be for a small percentage of you, friends, that type of breakup, family. But for many of you, it could be a spouse, a partner, a boyfriend, girlfriend. It doesn't matter. Whatever this partner, this lover was to you. Many of you have to nurture yourself at this time because this was, even if it was your call to end this, to walk away, and I don't mean literally like walking away. For many, it could have happened that way, but you're just literally ending it. And many of you are making arrangements to, finalize it, whether it's divorce, getting your stuff out of the house, moving out. You have to nurture yourself at this time. It's so important, like you nurture others. There's a semblance here of love. I'm staying on this card. I'm not supposed to leave it. Many of you, this lesson was about self-love. For many of the other signs I've been reading for tonight, I've been getting worth and value and boundaries. For you, it was about self-love. This is such a beautiful card. I'm feeling so much peace, so much love, so much. I'm feeling like a hug from the card. If you have a weighted blanket, or if you have several that are kind of heavy, like quilts, put them on you. It's like a hug. Or give yourself a hug, literally, with two hands. Sometimes a hot bath or shower can feel like an energetic hug. And I also take time to express your feelings. Do you see how she's all in blue? A lot of you haven't really expressed yourself. You may have in the way that you stood your own ground and with this other person. For some, it was a polyamorous situation where it was more than one person, but that's a minority of the population watching this. For most people, it was just another person in this relationship. A lot of you still have things you want to say, and it's not worth saying them. Oh, look at the card. I didn't even see this. No, wait, postpone, pause, say no. I didn't even see this one. It's been on here. A lot of you may have questions. A lot of you, I feel, have more things you want to say to this person. And I feel like this is an answer. It's really time to withdraw from this situation and take care of you. If you want to speak it to your journal, like release it in some way that can keep you safe in that it's not only emotional but physical state. For some of you, you've left abusive relationships. This can take many forms. I got physical abuse, but also emotional, mental, and verbal. Perhaps that's why you want to speak and why she's shrouded in blue. I'm getting strong feeling you just want to speak a lot. There's blue everywhere here. Look at this. Blue. This is like teal, but I still consider it blue. It could be blue-green. Definitely heart chakra energy I'm feeling as well. This was a heartbreak. But hold off a little bit. It's better when you have some space, some emotional space, and also control, emotional control over your feelings and thoughts after some time has passed, because you're not as heated. And that's not to invalidate or dismiss your feelings at all, but sometimes the space is helpful for us to gain clarity. We get messages, especially from our spiritual team. I almost feel like this is a person hugging everyone, but it's not. It's just the way the sky is opening. This is very reminiscent of Libra, but this is for sure about another person, a lover, a partner. Whereas in Libras, it was more open. I felt more friendship. I think it was breakups. I don't do readings with the intent of focusing on like finding love or relationships, but if they pop out, they pop out. And this is definitely about a love relationship that happened, that has, obviously, that was going on. So this may have happened recently, is currently happening, or is about to happen. But it's your choice, so you yourself will know. For a small percentage of you, you're still attached to this person. Even though you may have left physically, energetically, you're still attached to them. So there may be a weight there. Perhaps you're wondering, should I get back? It could be you guys are taking time apart. Maybe you're separated for the time being. But this has to do with self-love. It's about you, Aquarius. It's all about you, this lesson. And of course, that other energy has their own lessons to learn. But I'm not reading for them, I'm reading for you. I get Scorpio. Some of you may be dealing with one, but also have that in your natal chart. And I mentioned Cancer earlier. I'm shuffling the Moonology deck. Let's see what the Moonology or the Moon has in store for you for April. What guidance can you offer my Aquariuses going through this situation? What guidance can you offer my Aquariuses going through this situation? I just feel such a heaviness in my sacral chakra and solar plexus. I almost wanted to combine them. But in my heart, I almost feel like a grief. We got one that turned over. Last quarter moon, talk less, feel more. That's almost what I kind of said about her being shrouded in blue, about wanting to speak. But not yet. It's not the right time to speak. There's a lot of volatility right now with feelings. They're heightened. I'm getting, especially with the other person that you're dealing with. Some of them feel like they're the victim in this. Okay. New Moon and Libra. You guys, oh my gosh, every time I get cards like these, I'm like, whoa, know you are loved. I just said this is all about love, your self-love. Some of you may have Libra in your chart, maybe have dealt with one. I didn't say this in any of the other readings, but some of these energies you're dealing with could be Libra. I'm getting a Scorpio. I got Cancer. It could be Pisces. You could could have Earth sign too. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and it could also be in your natal chart as well. This is all about your love, self-love. We have a full moon coming up in Libra too. It's going to be a huge release for you all. Wow, for so many of you, you felt empty in this relationship. I'm getting that many of you just felt alone. It felt like a one, insert your name, like a relationship with yourself, literally, and it was supposed to be with another person. And I feel like that was the lesson of this, because many of you, I'm getting like there's different codependency aspects, some enmeshment with some, not all. But many of you blurred who you were with this other person, with this relationship for a long time, and you lost yourself in it. Hence the shedding of the old skin. This is like a rebirth for many of you this month. Many of you are having to tap into your strength, major strength. You may be dealing with a Leo or have Leo in your chart. I'm just getting massive strength. As much as you want to talk, because I know Aquariuses are more reserved than the Gemini and Libra, than the other air signs, Gemini and Libra. As much as you want to talk and communicate, it's a time for you to focus on yourself. It's not the right time right now. I feel like, I still feel like there's more you want to say to this person. But this is confirmation that you are loved. And your team, your spiritual team, the Ascended Masters, and they love you. What beautiful messages. I always freak out. I still do, even though I've been doing readings for a while. YouTube, it's been new, but I've been doing readings personally. They were a huge element in my own healing journey. But I always freak out when I see these cards that confirm it. And I'm like, what? I get it's like a childlike joy. I'm like, I can't believe it. But for real, I knew this was about self-love. As soon as I saw the roses and I got it, love. I just felt it emanate towards me. For many of you, your heart is literally in pieces. Because it was really hard to leave this situation. Really hard. Especially if you were codependent. Many of you have realized that. And this person, I got abuse that came through. This person didn't particularly talk nicely to you, and I feel like that's why you have so much to say, because you weren't allowed to express yourself all the time. But for a small group too, the relationship just ran its course, whether it's a marriage, a union, a partnership. Doesn't matter, you don't have to be married. Let's see what guidance our angels have for my Aquariuses. It's amazing what gets channeled despite some of these cards repeating. You could hold a dolphin and there'll be like 10 different messages coming in with a dolphin sometimes. Some of you may like dolphins. It just came to me. Or may like tuna. That doesn't have dolphin in it. That was really random, but I just got that. You may like bumblebee. That's the weirdest thing I've ever gotten. Tuna. Some of you are vegans or vegetarians or pescatarians. Okie dokes. What guidance do the angels have for my Aries? I just said Aries. For my Aquariuses for the month of April. Some of you may be dealing with an Aries. And we are in Aries season, so... Or you could have that in your natal chart. Trust the universe. Yeah. I bet a lot of you, because I can feel that kind of, almost like a pendulum swinging back and forth. Some of you may be doubting the decision you've made. But look at this. This is, do you see the shape? It almost looks like a snake. Is that not synchronistic? You all are very heavily connected and transforming spiritually and on this earth. The universe is guiding you all along the way and giving you nudges and helping you. Trust yourself and trust what you feel and what you get. And it can be hard, especially if you've just left something traumatic or situation that was abusive, where your worth, where you may have been put down, or where you lost yourself, or even in one where it just became stagnant and you just relied on someone else. Trust the universe, because look at this, beautiful things are coming. I always get Archangel Raziel with this. He deals with rainbows and the spiritual nature of this. A lot is unfolding. Many of you are going through spiritual awakenings and transformations at this moment. For some of you, this relationship sparked spiritual awakening. Wow. I need to note how many times I say wow in a video. I'm always surprised, and it's just exciting to me what these cards can reveal and the confirmation and validation they can give when you're going through something, but also the guidance. Because for many of you, I feel like you weren't told you were loved a lot. I'm getting childhood. Some of you have experienced adverse childhood experiences. You weren't one or both of your parents. I immediately got masculine energy. It could have been your father, whoever stepped into that role. You didn't get that love that you got as a child. And sometimes we replay those situations into our teenhood, adulthood, and more. And a lot of you are just learning. This may be your first foray with self-love, what it means. And a lot of you are reassessing that. I always say take some time, grab a journal. I always just get notebooks now. I'm like, I don't pay any money, but a lot of people take care, whatever it means, whether it's a $50 journal or a 10-cent journal, whatever it is, whatever you feel attracted to, purchase to write your thoughts. It's sacred. Get it. It doesn't matter. And just contemplate, like, what does love mean to you? Really. Because a lot of people, I've noticed that when you hear the answer, it's always focused on the other, on someone else, on outside of them. Okay, so let's pull a self-oracle card for my Aquariuses. So much transformation this month, so much change. I feel like all that I've done readings for this month are going through something big, but are coming out of it like a brand new you. I'm just saying spiritual, earthly glow up. Some of you may be doing glow ups, like changing your look. I'm getting that for Aquarius too. Changing your look, how you do things with your face. It doesn't matter your gender, your sex. Makeup. Some of you like painting your nails or buffing them. I'm seeing a cloth to buff. Some of you are pampering yourselves, but also going through spiritual transformation. So remember, the snake literally has its own glow up when it sheds its skin. Literally. Like, that old skin is gone, and it has a brand new skin. Same with the lobster. I just found that out recently, and I thought that was so cool. Like, how did I not know? It's like a shinier new coat of arms for them, and for the snake too. So many of you are going through that type of rebirth process. Some of you may be working or called or drawn to work with Aphrodite or Venus. I just got this, even though usually Venus, Aphrodite, Greek Roman goddess, and the planet of the ruling planet of Taurus and Libra. Some of you may have those placements or may have been dealing with one. Many of the depictions of Aphrodite and Venus, she's usually naked or with shells on her breasts and her private parts and long hair. So this obviously doesn't depict what we usually consider, Venus or Aphrodite, but I just got that. Some of you may be drawn to her or working with her. There's some Libra elements. Some of you may have Libra in your chart. So self-care is so important. I always say it's one way to start that self-love journey. It's focusing on the self. And that's what I love about the Aries season. Since Aries is ruled by the first house, it's focusing on ourselves, who we are, what we want, being lovingly selfish, as I call it. Okay. We got two Some of you all definitely have Libra in your charts. Make a meal. Oh, this taps into nourishment. I know for many of us, food is a way to our soul. Some of us feel loved, especially when someone else makes it. But I feel like you know exactly what fills your soul. It could be ice cream at this time. It could be your favorite salty snack. But whatever it is, this is one way to nourish yourself right now. Look at it. This reminds me of just springtime too. Make a meal. And 5. 3 plus 2 is 5, which is change. This speaks to a lot of change you guys are going through, right? Not just with the transformation of the snake, but in the situation that you left in this relationship. Use your hands. I immediately get abundance because when we create things, when we use our hands, we're creating things. We're touching them. It's different, you know? I'm looking around in my area. I'm like, what did I create? I have a plant and I saved it. I saved all these little plant beings from different pots. One is a bamboo and the other 2, I'm not sure. I think one's a spider plant. I have 3 different plants. Oh, and the other one's a pothos. And I get that same energy here. When you make something, it's almost a way of healing too. Because you're using your own life force energy. And a lot of you are creative people. Aquarius, you guys are very innovative. You're the visionaries of the zodiac sign. We are in the age of Aquarius. And you're an air sign of communication, and everything's been moving rapidly. Thanks to Aquarius. And so I feel like this is one way to heal. You notice she's wearing blue? A lot of you have wanted to speak. You guys have something to say. You want to speak your truth. That's going to be a huge healing element for you. I suggest exploring therapy if you have access to that. If you have health insurance, therapy, counseling, support groups. There's so many. You just have to Google them and put in whatever it is. If you don't have insurance, there's clinics nearby. Just Google. Google is your best friend here. But I feel like speaking. There's an element of speaking. And I know they say wait, but it's not. I feel like it's strongly don't speak to this other person yet. Not yet. Let yourself kind of wane in terms of the feelings and emotions. But I feel like expressing yourself and speaking to someone safe in a safe container will help you. Wow. My Aquarius says, quick recap. A lot of you have undergone, are undergoing, or will be undergoing a massive transformation. You are literally rebirthing a new sense of you. You're shedding the old. A lot of you have left a relationship. That's what I'm strongly getting. It was a breakup. That could mean divorce, moving out of the house, literally breaking up, completely ending something with someone. And this literally means what it says, stand your ground. I feel like whatever the situation that you left was not for your highest good, but there was a huge ass lesson to learn here. And it was all about self-love, which is what I said earlier in the reading with this card. I got self-love, and then we got this confirmation, new moon in Libra. Know you are loved. I feel like my voice is going to croak. Some of you want to continue speaking. I'm getting that. There's a lot of blue in your reading. I feel like your third chakra is full. You want to talk. There's a lot of stuff you want to say and you haven't been able to, but this is the guidance right now. Don't. Especially with the Aries energy, there's a tendency to be impulsive and to just say whatever shit comes to you, and it could not lead to the type of closure that you were looking for. So hold off. We're going to be in Taurus in a couple weeks. And this is your time. Like it says here, talk less, feel more. But I feel like that this has to do with the other energy that you're dealing with, the other person. I do strongly sense talking it out with someone. And that could be expressing yourself, but also talking in the form of psychotherapy, even somatic, that could help you. Or even talking with a trusted friend, someone you trust that can hold a safe space, a container for you. That's going to help you. And you can always tap into your spiritual team. They are with you all the time. Many of them have been sending messages to you for a while. Trust the universe. Wow. This is a powerful... I need a new synonym for wow. I feel like a broken record. This is powerful, y'all. I hope this resonated and helped an Aquarius out there. I would love it if you could like, share, and subscribe, and really greatly appreciate your time and energy. And thank you so much. We will see each other soon. Take care.